All right, let's test this out. We're going to do 3.1. This is Intro to Boolean. So this is in the Unit 3, the Boolean Expressions and if-else statements. Our learning target is going to be that we can define a Boolean and identify if its possible outcomes, being true or false. So anytime you use a Boolean, you're going to get a true or false kind of statement. And we're going to test those theories out today. So I'm going to start here. Is 5 greater than 3? And what we're looking for is answers are only in true or false. So is this true or is this false? So looking at is 5 greater than 3, well, let's test that out. So let's make a Boolean is true. And we're going to take is true equal to the expression 5 greater than 3. And I'm going to put this in parentheses just to be on the safe side. And if we do a system.out print, and we're going to print is true, our result we should get, hopefully, let's try this. Might throw another error at me. There we go. We know it's true. Now, let's flip that. Let's make it so that it is 5 is less than 3. And if we run this, then we're looking at a false statement. So Booleans, because we stated that this variable is a Boolean, it's only going to produce a true or false result. So let's take a look at the next thing we want to do. And this one's a little bit bigger. Is greater. So we're going to set, so we initialize our variables with statements attached to them. Okay, so is greater. And we're going to set that equal to 10 greater than 5, which hopefully is 10 greater than 5. Answer that in your head, and you are going to say yes. And then equals. And we're going to say 7 is equal to 8. And when you set these things up, like, we don't want another variable to be equal to something, because we said is equals, that variable is equal to this statement right here. So when you're trying to say, like, is 7 equal to 8, you use a double equal sign because we're not representing a variable. We want to know, is it equal or not? So usually since we've been coding forever, like username is equal to this, password is equal to that. Like all of those things are already set. So if we're looking for is something equal mathematically, then you use the double equals. And those are called logical operators. We're going to get into that next section, but I do want to explain why there's a double equals there. So now we have Boolean is greater than, Boolean is equal to, and when we do our systems to figure out what these statements are, we'll copy and we'll paste, and then we're going to change is true to is greater. So we're going to look at the is greater variable and is equal variable. And both of these variables, we want to show the result of what this is. I'm going to do ln's to print on a new line. Do I need to do both of them? AP question here. No, I don't. I just need to do the first one, because if I set the first one, it will generate a new line and then print this answer out, and then it should be good. So is greater, boom, true, and then false. And if you wanted to make it aesthetically pleasing, we could start by doing our quotations and saying is 10 greater than 5, close our quotes, put a plus sign and then put is greater. Don't forget your semicolon at the end. And then we could do that as well for when we do this. Is this statement? I guess we're going to just do this. Is equal. When I do 7 equals 8. Now, when I type this out, you notice I didn't use the double equals. And remember, what's put in quotations is going to be printed in our output. And I don't want to do computer code in our output. I want people to recognize what this says and wonder if it's true or not. So when we write this, is 10 greater than 5? True. Is equal 7 equal to 8? That's false. And you can see these are the results we should have gotten. So take a guess. Is 12 greater than 10? Is 8 less than or equal to 7? Is 5 exclamation point equal to 5? Oh, that's a new one. That's going to be our logical operator we talk about next time. So first off, is 12 greater than 10? Absolutely. Is 8 less than or equal to 7? I don't think so much. And then 5 exclamation point. Exclamation point is a not in coding. So anytime you see an exclamation point, that means a not. So we're going to use, so I want you to generate 4 Boolean expressions of your own of using mathematical operators. So can you put some operations together? Can you make Boolean expression 1, expression 2, expression 3, expression 4, and you can make all those different expressions. I might have actually done, oh, this is just a link to the Java Booleans. So if you wanted an outside source to look at, this is the W3 Schools website. Wonderful reference tool to be looking at. And they have the try it yourself so you can see Boolean. Is Java fun? Equals true. Is fish tasty? Equals false. And then when we print these out, it should print out your true or false because it's a Boolean expression. And you can literally set it equal to true so that it comes out to be true. Equal to false so it comes out false. Instead of having to come up with an operation and make it decide whether it's true or false, you can literally state, this is false, period. Okay? So let's take a look. Type and test different temperatures. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have an initial temp. So an initial variable is going to be an integer. Let's not get that confused. The int means integer. Temp equals 75, semicolon. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create a Boolean. So we're going to create a Boolean to test if the temp is safe. Okay. We are going to, once again, work on this in the next section. So just kind of go along with it right now. But we're going to create a Boolean expression. Is it safe? Is what we're testing. So it's going to give us a true or false. So is safe is a true or false. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that temp and see if it's greater than or equal to 60 degrees. And temp is less than or equal to 80. If it's in the safe range, it's going to be between 60 and 80 degrees. Now, we could have definitely just done, I don't want to do that. So we're testing if it is above 60 and then below 80. And if both of these hold up, then it should give us a true statement. So let's display our results. And we're going to do a system.out.print we're going to say, is the temp safe? Question mark. And then we're going to do plus is safe. So what we did is it's going to type out is the temperature safe? Question mark. And then we're going to add what the result for this variable is. So is safe, when we test this out, the Boolean expression is going to be true or false. That's all it's going to be, is a true or a false. So is it safe? It could be true. Is it safe? Could it be false? If we tell it the temp is 75 degrees, my bad. Then it should tell us that the temperature is the temperature safe. That's a true statement. Now, let's try something like 90 degrees. If we do 90 degrees, then that's probably going to fall in the false category. And what if it's 0 degrees? So let's go below. Once again, we're getting a false statement. And yes, they're both false because let's put in 70 degrees and we can turn this back to true. So those are different things that we can test to, to work with this Boolean expression. Okay. All right. This one was okay. I created it. You can look through it if you'd like, test some different inputs, but I created something different and I think it's a little bit more applicable. So we're going to initialize some variables. We are going to initialize a string. And we're going to make this string a username. And the username is going to be admin. Now, with a scanner, we could change admin to be the scanner input. So I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, but remember, our big game is to get to the next level. So you could really have a scanner where the username equals the scanner. And then the password equals the scanner when you start to type stuff in. So when you're creating an account and it asks for a username and password, it's storing that information into these variables. Then when you try and log in next time, it's creating a Boolean. That Boolean is logged in. So once again, we're going to say is logged in. So is our Boolean statement, are we logged in or not? Well, how is that going to work? We take our username, put a dot equals, and then put what our username is. And this also has to happen for it to be true. The password dot operation, a dot operation is what happens in Java, but dot equals, and then we want to put our password in here. And then create is logged in. Oh, see, I did my temperature here. Oh, and I do my citizens. Look at that. I had them all ready to go. Identifier expected. What did I do? Is logged in. What? Okay, let's take a look. I've got, oh, where's my arg? Oh, I commented it out. I'm like, wait a minute. That's not going to work. There we go. We need our public static void. Okay, so now what's the next error that's going to get thrown is I got to close that with curly brackets and then close that. Okay. Now we should be good. Wonder what happened to my curly bracket. Let's see if it throws an error this time. Okay, there we go. So we know did you log in successfully? So maybe did you log in successfully? Or you've always run correct username and password, blah, 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 whatever you want. Now, did you log in successfully? True. So let's do something. Let's look at Java and then let's change it to just Java. Remember, we have a password up here, but does it match? And now you can see it changes to false. So when it's doing that successful password and getting in or not successful password getting in, that's what's happening in this situation. Is it's matching it up with whatever it's stored in that variable and comparing it. And that's how the game is played. All right, so that's all I got for 3.1. Enjoy.